So I don't like the idea of me getting laid and then suddenly like, well, who cares about theater? Who cares about SNL if
Or
I can
theater.
be inside of another human being on a Saturday night? Why
Or-
am I
do
worship?
both for the love of God.
No, you just went full Farley.
I did. Now here's what I want to tell you.
Just let the boy sleep in your bed.
He's a good boy.
He said he'd wash the sheets. Please don't make me wash the sheets. Wash your own damn sheets.
But you're missing the best part. When he does those impressions. Yeah, that. After his sentence, he'll go, he's a good boy. Will you let him watch? I'm like, what is that?
So, I mean,
yeah.
it's like throwing salt on a chocolate chip cookie, man. Farley would do stuff like that.
Nobody funnier. Nobody has ever made me laugh that hard. And I thought he was a really good actor. He could have done a lot of other things. Like that moment in Tommy Boy in the boat, I was like,
yeah.
I mean,
just being vulnerable.
And I've told the story. I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell you as buddies some other time. But like I hung out with him a few times. Kevin, his brother, asked me to be in the documentary. I told the story of the first time I met him, and it was just.
Oh, that's right. I saw you in the documentary.
It was.
I Am Chris Farley.
Yeah, I think it was I Am Chris Farley. Yeah, but anyway, yes.
Like
I had Bob Odenkirk on here, who wrote all the.
I know.
Those sketches. Matt Foley.
Bob's the one who's very vehemently against the Chippendale sketch. He's very vocal.
Yeah, he said it on here. He was just like, yeah, I didn't like how that was just.
Fatty fall down. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're closing out, let's talk Farley for a few minutes, right?
Talk Farley. All right. So So I met him. His brothers were on this show. It was the worst ranked show in history. It was like ranked 130 out of 131 or 129. And it was terrible. It was a Tom Arnold show. Love Tom. The show was terrible. It was me, Ed McMahon, but I was like sixth.
Tom was Chris's sponsor.
Yes, and love Tom. I'm his son's godfather. But the show was just bad. But we had a lot of fun. And so I'm doing a scene, and I'm saying my lines, and people are starting to really laugh. And I'm like, my lines aren't funny. I don't know why it can't be at me. And I turn, and Farley is there. He's in a suit, baggy suit, and he just kind of is waving to the audience, like,
"Oh, 3 camera, yeah,
4 camera, I think." Wow. And he goes, "How are you?" "All right."
"How are you?"
"Good to see you." "Good." "All right." "Now looks good on you." And
good. All right.
And I'm numb, and I go, I have to do something that he'll remember me by. This is my hero. And I go, "Hey, everybody, look, it's the big fat guy taking all the attention away from the skinny punk who's trying to have a career." And he looks at me and goes, "That's it." And he runs over, he picks me up over his shoulder, starts smacking my ass, runs through the studio. Everybody's smacking my ass. We go in the golf cart afterwards up through Universal, the Psycho House. We have beers. Gosh. I go back to his house to have some drinks.
What was this, 95?
97 or something.
Oh, that was right before.
Right before, because I remember this. The horrible part is his brothers. We came in for a moment with Tom Arnold. He had AA in an AA meeting in his dressing room, and he says, "Get in here." I go, "I don't really have a drink." Get the fuck in here. You're coming in here. Come on, buddy, get in here. And it was me, Johnny, and Kevin Farley. And I remember Kevin just going, Tom looks at him, we're talking. He goes, "Buddy, your brother's, he's going to die. Your brother's, you just can't, he can't maintain that, And Kevin's like, "Yeah, I know." And Johnny's just like, they're distraught. They're like, we don't know what to do. And then I feel like it wasn't long. It might have been a week or two. It seems like less. That all of a sudden, Kevin starts running across the stage. And I'm sitting on a couch waiting, just looking at my lines or taking a nap or so. I see him. I go, "Kevin, are you all right?" He looked frantic. He goes, "My brother just died." And everybody was just like, what just... I just feel it right now. I feel that moment. Heartbroken for them, and heartbroken for Chris, and heartbroken for so many people that just loved him. Just people felt like they knew him. You know, he just made everybody feel good and made everybody laugh. And it was just it was you know, I went from a great moment to a tragic moment, but I remember I'll never forget when Kevin ran off stage. It was I don't really tell that. Have I told that story? Never told that story. Yeah, it was heartbreaking, heartbreaking.
I think I I think there's something there's some stuff you can teach with comedy. You can teach some comedy. You know, you watch Rose Byrne in Bridesmaids, and it's like she's being very funny, but she has to be a different kind of funny. You know, opposite all these crazy women, the characters. I mean, and then there's comedy you can't teach. There's something that's in your blood and your bones that is almost like a nationality. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think Chris had some nationality of comedy that, you know, I believe in God. Everybody else, you know, say fill in your blank here, but I really believe that God gave Chris like the nationality of comedy, and he was always destined to use that to bring light into the world. But you know, if I believe in God, you know, I believe in the other guy. I believe in the other side of it, and I think there's something that really darkness loves darkness. Darkness doesn't like light. And Chris got extinguished too early, and it's awful. It's absolutely
Yeah.
awful because there was so much more waiting for Chris. There was a wife. There were kids. There were Academy Award nominatable opportunities. There were nonprofits. There were all these things that were there.
Yeah.
The sky was the limit.